Thorns and Roses by Shynes. There is spring court, summer court, autumn court, and winter court, and there's also day, dawn, and night court. This is like the best delivery ever. Learning a lot about fairies because of Tamlin and Lucian, and it's just not what she thought it would be. Me and my boyfriend finished watching Knives Out last night. It said that it took inspiration from like an Agatha Christie novel, a mystery vibe. I thought I would just show them to you guys because I'm very excited about it.
I'm not thinking about the way you keep my world from spinning. I'm just thinking about your eyes. Just don't know if I've been faking or pretending, but I know I never felt so damn alive. I don't know if I believe the information given, that there is someone by your side. Coming back inside my body for a second, there is no way that I'm never gonna try. Hello, where you at, where you been? Tell me everything about you. Go slow, so I can write it down and become the perfect man for you. What you like, what you don't, you should never be flying solo.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel and a new reading vlog. We're starting off strong on the couch. Today is Tuesday, April 18th, and it's around like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I believe. And this is my first day off in a while. I've worked the entire weekend. It was a long weekend for me, and today's my day off, and then I go back to work tomorrow. So I really want to like take advantage of that to partly rest, but also do stuff that I haven't had the energy to do, such as like cleaning, laundry, dishes. I'm gonna change my bed sheets, just like a lot of stuff like that. Charge batteries for stuff. That's what I've been doing today so far, and I've just hopped on the couch and I'm about to start my next book, which is going to be a very exciting one because I've decided that I am going to start rereading a Thorns and Roses by Shynes. This is very exciting. This is obviously a very highly well spoken of, a very popular YA fantasy series that a lot of people connect with nostalgia because a lot of people grew up with this. A lot of people started this in their reading journey, such as I started with Twilight and stuff. I did not grow up or read this when I was a kid, unfortunately. I just read this for the first time 2020, 21, so not that long ago. Oops, I'm sorry, I know, it's embarrassing. But I did it, you know, at least I've read it. And I really enjoyed it. Typically, I'm not a huge fan of this type of fantasy, and I'm not talking about the smut. I'm not talking about the spicy one scenes. I really enjoy that, but the whole like royalty, I don't like that type of fantasy. I find it very boring. But since this was such a popular series, I obviously needed to give it a try, and I really enjoyed it. And there's something special about it. There's a special vibe to it, and once in a while, I do have the interest to reread it. So I thought this would be the time. Usually fantasy for me is a genre for autumn or winter. A lot of fantasy books I reread in the winter or autumn time, but this series I read for the first time in spring. So now I connect this series with spring. So this is gonna be like one of those books that I'm gonna read every spring probably, because I feel like this is just the time to read it in the spring, and it's spring now, so I have such a strong connection with these two springs. So I feel like it feels right to pick these ones up right now. So this is obviously the first one in the series, and I'm very excited to reread it. It's been a while, and I think it's gonna be a fun journey to document. And yeah, I kind of want to tab it too. I didn't do that the first time I read it, so if I find it interesting again, and like if I find it as good as I remember it, I'm gonna tab it, because I think that would be cool. So yeah, I'm gonna start this book and relax a little bit before I continue doing some stuff that I need to do today. So yeah. Okay, I'm taking a food break, but I have read a little bit. I've gotten up to page 42, and I'm just where Feyre is going to be taken because of the life that she took out in the forest. So, a life for a life, and now she's taken away from her family and into this new world where fairies exist, and she has no idea what's about to come, but I do. And we all know what's gonna happen there. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay, it's a little while later, and I wanted to update you guys. I've gotten up to page 74 in this book, and if you don't know what this book is about, we are following 19-year-old Feyre, who was living with her dad and 2 sisters. Their mom passed away. They are very poor. They're hunting their own food, and Feyre is the one who's usually out hunting. And one winter day, she's out hunting, and she spots a very large wolf that is like out of the ordinary. And of course, she wants to kill that wolf to feed her and her family. So she successfully kills that wolf and, you know, takes it home to eat it and to sell the fur at the market to earn some money so they can buy food to survive, to not starve. And it turns out that this wolf that she killed was a fairy, and that's illegal to kill fairies, even if like usually people think they're bad creatures and doesn't want them there. You can't really go around killing them, but she didn't know. But one day fairies come up to their doorstep and, you know, and takes Fairy away because it's a life for a life. So they give her like 2 options, either to kill her there now, or they propose that she comes live with them for the rest of her days in their land where there's fairies. And they don't keep them as slaves, but just like live there for the rest of her life. And so she chooses that option. So she gets this land and are greeted by fairies. She's living in this big mansion, and the fairies are like nice to her. It's like really weird. And she doesn't really know her purpose there. She doesn't really do chores. She doesn't work, just like lives there. And they keep telling her like, just live here. You know, you're not here to do anything. You're just here to live out the rest of your life. And she's also found out that there's some magic in this land that is now threatening the humankind back in the human world as well. And obviously her family is back home in the human world, so she's obviously wanting to do something about that. And that's where I'm at. And obviously we're gonna have some romance with one of the fairies. It has not happened yet, and honestly, like, this first book in the series is not very spicy. I think there's like 2 chapters that has spicy scenes in them, not more. So there's gonna be more of that later on in the series, but this one is not gonna be a whole lot. It's just like fantasy. And yeah, that's where I'm at. But I'm gonna go and shower. I think it's a wash day for my hair today, so I'm gonna go and do that, and then I think I might read some more before calling it a night, because I need to be up really early tomorrow for work. Hello guys, it is Thursday. It's around 11:30. I have to head to work soon. I start at 1 today and work the entire evening, but I wanted to update you guys on A Court of Thorns and Roses. I've gotten up to page 131, so I've made some progress. I haven't read anything today. I read yesterday, last night, and I'm not going to be able to read anything today, unfortunately, because I slept in and now I need to head to work. And yeah, I prioritized sleep. Like, can you blame me? Honestly. But we have 19-year-old Feyre who got taken into this world where fairies live, and she gets introduced to Tamlin and Lucian. And Tamlin is a high fae, so like a really, I don't know if you can say like royalty, but like a high fae, like it's very important. And he has magic, he can shapeshift, and just like a bunch of cool stuff like that. Also, these people in this land, this is the spring court. There is multiple different courts. There is spring court, summer court, autumn court, and winter court. And there's also day, dawn, and night court. And we are now in spring court, where Feyre has been taken, and that's also where Tamlin and Lucian lives. And this land has like been cursed a while back. So all of these people in this land or all the fairies in this land, has masks on their face that they can't take off. And yet, like, she's mesmerized by them because they're so, like, described as these beautiful and gorgeous creatures to a fairy, and yet she can't see their faces. But that's, like, then you can understand, like, how beautiful, like, the creatures are, like the fairies are. Yeah, we have that. And fairy obviously still trying to find a way to escape. She is warned about the lands there that things are going to trick you and be careful, but she just really wants to get out of there and to help her family, even though, like, Tamlin is really saying to her that her family is taken care of. The fairies can't lie, so she obviously, like, has to trust that her family is taken care of and that she can relax on that part. Yeah, she's forced to, like, live out the rest of her days here, and she's obviously not happy about it. Yeah, she's definitely not really happy about Tamlin or Lucian either, because obviously they're her captives. That was the ones who captured her, so obviously, like, she's not a big fan of them. But yeah, I feel like she is starting to change her mind about fairies, and they are starting to change their minds about humans. So, like, they all surprise each other, and which is a good thing, because, like, these people usually aren't, like, meant to live together or, like, coexist, but they're kind of proving each other wrong, that fairies can actually be good and humans can actually be good. So yes, definitely no romance yet. This is a very slow-paced book on that, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm having such a fun time rereading this, and yeah. Fortunately, I have to get ready for work now, and work all evening, and then I work tomorrow, but I am off Saturday and Sunday, so I'm hoping to get a lot read then. So yeah. Finally, I can get through a few more weeks. This is, like, the best delivery ever. I also have a very exciting package to pick up. That's bookish. It's not drinks. That's bookish, that I'm hoping to pick up tonight. So I'm probably gonna show you guys tomorrow. I'm so excited about it. A very exciting bookish delivery is coming. It is Friday afternoon. I just got home from work and I finally have the weekend off. I'm so excited. It's been a great day at work, but it's like, it's been a day, but it's been a good day, but still a day. And I'm so excited for a weekend off. Very excited. Hello guys, it is Saturday and I thought I would update you guys the book whilst I'm here and have the camera out, because I just filmed my Stephen King book haul from eBay that I'm very excited about, but I thought I might as well update you guys while I'm at it. I haven't read a crazy amount, unfortunately. I've gotten up to page 182, but I am hoping to read more today and tomorrow because I have the weekend off, so that's really nice. But I also have a few other things planned this weekend, so sometimes the time just isn't enough. Okay, so we have a little bit more information that I wanted to tell you. I mentioned Tamlin and Lucian, and Tamlin is actually the High Lord of the Spring Court, so he's obviously a very high position in this land and in this court, and Lucian is actually one of the youngest sons of the High Lord of the Autumn Court, so from a different court, but he is now in Spring Court because of what his father and his brothers did. They killed the love of his life, because in this land, in this world, with fairies, that is, there is like a mating bond that's, I don't know really how it works, it just like clicks together, and when you're supposed to mate, and I don't think you can choose, you know what I mean, it just happens. And also because of that Lucian was the son of a High Lord, you are supposed to marry someone that's also like that high up, so you can't really like marry down, or that's not, of course you can, but like that's not really accepted in society. And so his father killed this girl because she wasn't of a high family like that, which is not really accepted to marry lower, you know, which is awful obviously, but that's how it works here. She wasn't right for the bloodline, I guess. And yeah, Fairy has also now found out that fairies can lie, which was like a myth which Fairy learned from like a very young age, that fairies can't lie, but they can. She's found out, so that sucks, because then it's not that easy to know if they're telling the truth or not. So fairies can lie, which she was very surprised to find out. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, but Fairy was very worried about her family back home, but Tamlin has now said that he has altered with her family's memories, so they do not remember Fairy being taken and like kidnapped into this world. They think that she went out to like their aunt to help her or something, so he has altered with her family's memories so that they are not worried about her or anything, which, you know, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of myths that being like that wasn't right, and I feel like, you know, the fairies are learning stuff about human because of Fairy, and Fairy's learning a lot about fairies because of Tamlin and Lucian, and just not what she thought it would be. And as far as the romance, we don't really have any romance yet, but we do have like Tamlin and Fairy getting closer, like friendly, because they literally hated each other and at first, obviously. So now they're more like doing stuff together. She wants to paint, she really likes to paint, so he set up a whole like room for her to paint, and with all the supplies that she could imagine, just like things like that, and he's helping her and just getting friendly, you know, they're getting better along, so it's going somewhere. But what I do think, and I thought that first time I read it as well, it's very slow paced. It's very slow paced, like a slow fantasy, slow, like so slow, and that has its charm, definitely. But it's just really slow right now, and I'm just like kind of struggling a little bit. Even this is like a reread, so I'm having a good time. Don't get me wrong, I'm really having a good time, but we'll see. Hopefully I could read more tonight and then tomorrow. So but yeah, this format, just thought I would update you guys. Okay, so I just found a Stephen King eBay book haul. They're all Stephen King hardbacks that I found on eBay really cheap that I'm very excited about. So if you really want to like an in-depth video, you should watch that, but I thought I would just show them to you guys because I'm very excited about it and I want to show it in this vlog as well. So I'm not going to say anything about it, I'm just going to like literally show them. So if you want to know more, just go watch that video. But I got Sleeping Beauties, The Institute, The Outsider, Insomnia, big one, and Hearts in Atlantis, which I have no idea what this is about. But yeah, I've literally fallen down the hole of eBay, which is dangerous but also really fun. You can find so many cool things on eBay, guys, like it's dangerous but fun. So yeah, I'm thinking about taking off my makeup right now and putting my hair up in a bun and sitting outside on my balcony to tan because it's a sunny, beautiful day. It's like, feels like a really nice spring day, and I haven't been outside on my balcony so far this year, so that's crazy. I should change that. So yeah, and just have like nice music in my ears. Maybe take the book with me outside, we'll see. But I'm very excited, yeah. Also need to figure out how I'm gonna fit my Stephen King books in here because my Stephen King shelf is full. So I'm thinking of like rearranging my shelves to like add another Stephen King one because like these ones are supposed to fit and it's like big ones and obviously they can't fit in here, so need to figure that out. But yeah, as I said, I think I'm gonna like make an entire new Stephen King shelf so that I have two. I'm sorry about this awful lighting, but I wanted to make an update before the weekend is over. I've been running around this weekend, not really been home too much, but I've still read and I wanted to update you guys on the book. I've gotten up to page 304, so I definitely made some progress and I'm hoping to read some more tonight. And my goal for this book is to be done either tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday. My goal for this reading vlog is to be up on Tuesday, so we'll see. I don't have too much left, so I feel like that should be an option. I do work tomorrow, but I'm off Tuesday, so I feel like it's fine. I have tonight as well, even though it's like already 8:30 and I haven't read too much today, but it's okay. So we have some new things going on. Fairy and Tamlin has slowly but surely, you know, fallen in love. That's like the whole point. Not really, but like it's one of the points. But also not really, no. Like she hasn't really told her feelings yet. And there is threats obviously to this land, to the Spring Court, and Tamlin is afraid that Fairy will get hurt. So Tamlin forces Fairy to leave to back to her family because he doesn't want her to get hurt. So, and she obviously doesn't want to leave because she's has developed feelings for him and he has developed feelings for her, but for her safety he forces her to go back to her family and leave all this behind. And it's sad, like it's weird because she goes from being a prisoner here and want nothing else than to leave, and now she's like sad to go. So it's just like definitely has evolved into something else entirely, and she's like surprised by her own feelings of that. Obviously, like what a turnout. Fairy can't stay home for long. So after a while back home, she decides to go back because she does find out some stuff about everything. She finds out that Tamlin and Lucian might be in trouble, and obviously like the hero she is, she wants to go back there and save them. Even though she's a human being with no powers at all, she has like no chance against the fairies, but still she wants to go back and try to save them because of her feelings, obviously, like I get it. But she's not home for long until she gets back to Spring Court and is trying to find Tamlin and Lucian. But when she gets back there to the palace, to the house, there's no one to be seen. Everyone is gone. And there she finds out about the curse. I mentioned the curse, that Spring Court was held by a curse, but Fairy just now found out the actual truth of the curse. She like turn things around. The curse actually like involved stuff about her, which she didn't know. Obviously like a huge surprise. The curse was to this land until Tamlin could find a human girl to marry him. And this is like a very unique and odd thing. Humans and fairies doesn't fall in love and doesn't marry. So like this bad person that did this curse thought that would be an impossibility, so she said like, oh, I'm gonna break the curse, but not until you find a human girl that would willingly marry you. And he has like had years to do this, but he hasn't found one until now. But she obviously hasn't admitted that she's in love, which complicates it. You know, it's very complicated. I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. But now she's signed out and she's on her way to try to find Tamlin to express her love so that the curse can be broken. So there's just a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things going on, and we also obviously have the whole like night court thing. We have Rysand, that's a guy from the night court that has kind of been nestling his way into Feyre's life, and just like there's something going on there, which we all know what's gonna happen if you have read the series, but like so far not really anything has happened with him, but he's a part of the story. Yeah, when Fairy gets to she's trying to find Tamlin, and she thinks it's going to be as easy to like admit her love so that the curse is going to be broken, but little does she know that it's not going to be that easy. It's not going to be that easy. So that's where we're at. It's very exciting. It's all very exciting, and I don't have a lot left. I'm hoping to finish it by tomorrow or Tuesday. That would be the goal, and I think I should be able to do that. So yeah. Hello guys, it is Tuesday, and I wanted to hop on here and say that I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses last night. So I'm done with it, and I just want to say my overall thoughts and update you guys before I end this vlog. Okay, so what we had was that, you know, Fairy got back to Spring Court in order to save, or try to save, Tamlin and Lucian, but mostly Tamlin because obviously like they're in love, and he has been taken captive by this, I don't really know what she is, but like this really high lady, or not really high lady, but like this really powerful woman, powerful fae that no one really can defeat. So obviously like that's a difficult situation that both Tamlin and Fairy is in. So she gets back to Spring Court and under the mountain, as it's called, where she has him captive, and she gets there, and in order to save Tamlin, this woman has some tasks, some challenges, some trials for her to do in order to save Tamlin. So she has to get past 3 trials, you know, without dying, to save Tamlin. And you get to follow her as she's battling in these trials. And after the first trial, she gets past the first trial, which is not without difficulty though. She gets injured really badly and is almost dying. But Rysand comes to her rescue, because Rysand, as I mentioned from the night court, he's also like he's here under the mountain with this woman as like kind of her puppet. And when Fairy is almost dying in her cell after the trial, Rysand comes and offers her a solution. He offers to heal her completely with his powers if she agrees to spend 1 week each month by his side in night court. At first he wanted 2 weeks, but she managed to barge it down to 1 week. So she agrees to do this, but not without difficulty, obviously, because she obviously doesn't want that, but she does it for Tamlin, you know, so that she can stay alive to fight the other 2 trials in order to save Tamlin. So they have made a bargain that he healed her, and now she has to spend 1 week every month in night court with Rysand. And we all know how that's gonna go. If you read the story, it's an important part of the story, and like this is where it all started. So yeah. And also Rysand has his own powers because he's I don't know if he's High Lord of the Night Court. Yeah, he is. So Tamlin is the High Lord of the Spring Court, and Rysand is the High Lord of the Night Court. So they all have like different powers. So Rysand can read people's minds. He can read Feyre's mind and communicate with her through his mind, which is a good thing here because he kind of helps her through the trials by communicating with her through his mind. And that's kind of like, why is he helping her? It's just a little bit, you know, but that's a connection that they have, a connection through mind reading. So I'm done with it. I'm very excited. I am probably going to start the second one as soon as I can and vlog that experience as well. The second book, A Court of Mist and Fury, I believe is a lot bigger than this one, so it might take a longer time, but I'm hoping to start it today. I have the day off, it's Tuesday, so. But yeah, it was fun being in this world again. I've kind of missed it. I'm scared that I'm gonna get bored by the second book because it's so huge, and I feel like with like the first book and the second book is usually like a lot of going on, a lot of action, a lot of stuff going on, whilst like the middle books can be a little bit boring to me. So, and I don't really remember like in detail A Court of Mist and Fury. I don't remember in detail what it's about. So I'm excited, but I'm glad I read it, and it's such a fun experience to relive this world, and it's just, it's a happy place, I think. But yeah, before I end the vlog, I have a movie update. So me and my boyfriend finished watching Knives Out last night. We started watching it a few nights ago, but you know, I fell asleep and it was getting late. So we finished it last night, and it's a relatively new movie. I don't know when it came out. Let me check that actually. Oh, it came out 2019. I actually thought it was more new, but it's a mystery slash comedy, and it kind of feels like one of those, like it said that it took inspiration from like Agatha Christie novel, kind of like that mystery vibe, murder mystery vibe, and it was pretty cool. It was a little bit too long though. It was 2 hours and 10 minutes, so I definitely felt like I was getting bored at some points because I felt like it could have been shorter, but it was a pretty good movie and I do recommend it. We have this like big family, a very rich family in this huge mansion, and this old man, the grandfather of the family, who, you know, I guess had all the money, died, and some people think it's suicide, but the detectives think it's foul play and they want to rule out like who killed him. And you get to follow this entire family as they get questioned, as you know, it's really fun movie, and it had a lot of like big names in it. It had a lot of celebrities in it, which sometimes I don't like, because sometimes I like new faces that you don't recognize, but I feel like this was a good cast. Jamie Lee Curtis was in it, Daniel Craig was in it, Chris Evans, and the girl from 13 Reasons Why was in it, Catherine Langford, and just like many big names, which was pretty cool. And it was kind of a fun murder mystery movie, so I definitely recommend that. Other than that, the movie watching has been going slow recently. So I don't think I have any other updates or TV shows, but I do recommend Knives Out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know how you feel about A Court of Thorns and Roses and the entire series. Do you enjoy it? Have you read it? What are your thoughts? But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in one of my next videos. Bye!